And welcome, everyone. We are live. I am Dante Colonelli. I'll be hosting this 7-round Miami Dolphins mock draft since I am the resident Dolphins idiot. I am joined by my friends from Blue Chip Scouting, Jared, Nick, and Tyler. How are you guys doing on this beautiful Monday evening?
I am rolling.
Absolutely fantastic. And the bird decided to join the party, so it's nice.
Jared has a pet bird, everyone. That's what we're going with.
Yeah. I'm doing good. I just watched Brutality and Godzilla vs. Kong, and I'm ready to now brutalize the Miami Dolphins mock draft.
Yeah, well, I'm in control of the mock draft, so I will just executive order right over you guys. All right, so we'll just get this started. We're going to do 7 rounds. We're not going to do trades because I forgot to log into premium, so I'm an idiot. But it started. Here was the top 5. Lawrence, Wilson, Fields, thank God. Sewell at 4, Chase at 5, and the Dolphins up at 6. Here is the board. I don't know how you guys want to do this. We'll just take. I don't know. Who do you guys think they should take at 6? We'll start there. Let's start the conversation. Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitts or Jalen Waddle. I'm for either.
Yeah, either Pitts, Waddle, or Devontae Smith. Either one I would be fine with.
I think Kyle Pitts is generational. Take him. We haven't seen a tight end this good since Vernon Davis was a draft prospect.
Mac Jones.
No, we're not doing Mac Jones.
Somebody kick Jared out of the chat.
Yeah,
he's up to it again.
Get Jared off the screen. All right, so any counter arguments for Kyle Pitts? I'm okay with it as the resident Dolphins guy. I'm fine with it. Any counter arguments?
Mike Gesicki wouldn't be fine with it, but oh well.
I mean, I don't know. 12 personnel exists, so I think it could work.
And here's the thing: it's not like both guys are pigeonholed into one type of tight end. You can flex them out. You can run them in line. You could run them in the backfield and just get all funky.
Yeah, you got so much versatility on that group of.
All right, Kyle Pitts it is. Let's do it. Let's have fun. So we'll let it go. Put the speed on fast this time. At least I got a couple of the things right. Mac Jones at 15 to the Patriots. Just thought I'd throw that out there. That's a popular one. All right, so we're back on the board here. 18.
Oh, Micah Parsons.
Parsons on the board. Phillips on the board. Tevin Jenkins. Ujulari. No, never heard of him. Not a real prospect. No. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Tyler's trying to get revenge on me for when I took Elijah Vera Tucker in the group mock for the Vikings.
Yeah. All right, guys. It is time.
Oh, all right.
Oh God.
We are joined by Hollywood Tyler, an unexpected cameo. How are you?
I am wonderful, and I'm ready to wreak some havoc.
All right. Who are we going with here at 18?
You go with Tevin Jenkins.
Oh, that's a great pick. I'm on board with that.
Look,
Robert Hunt's a guard.
Here's the thing with what the Dolphins have on the offensive line, and Dante, please correct me if I say anything incorrect. You want to get the best 5 guys on the field. Robert Hunt, you tried him at tackle. It hasn't necessarily worked out as well as they had expected. You can move him inside to guard, or if you think he'd be better at tackle with Jenkins at guard, you have flexibility to really create your best 5. Jenkins to me is a first round tackle. I think he's probably going to be best on the right side, even though he played a little bit of left and was pretty good over there. But you have Austin Jackson, get Jenkins, protect Tua's blind side, and he's just going to beat the living shit out of you with a smile on his face.
I love that. Any counter arguments? Because there are some good players on the board. I mean, I would be shocked if Miami wasn't in on Micah Parsons. I think Jalen Phillips is their type, despite the red flags. We're ignoring that running back. They could use a receiver, Rashad Bateman. Any counter arguments to Tevin Jenkins? Because I like that one. I think you get 2 ass kickers on the right side of the line. You know, might be able to make Myles Gaskin look serviceable.
The argument I have is you have Micah Parsons there. He's extremely talented.
Jared, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Did Tevin Jenkins simulate sexual assault on a freshman?
No.
Then you take Tevin Jenkins.
Well, I'm just trying to make the argument here.
That's some rock solid logic.
Yeah, that's some
you know,
A1 rhetoric.
Yeah, man, that's tough. All right, so Tevin Jenkins is the pick. Great conversation. We love that. That was real life draft room.
Jared, I will say this: if there was no off the field red flags, Micah Parsons just slides in that Kyle Van Noy role, and Brian Flores gets to have fun with him for a decade.
All right, back on the clock at 36. A couple linebackers: Zaven Collins, Jamin Davis, Jason Owa, Samuel Cosme. This team needs a receiver, please. Got some linemen, some edge guys. So where are we going here, boys? Where are we going?
I will defer to these guys, and then I will give my opinion, which is very Hollywood.
All right.
I want to say running back, but I also like Zaven Collins enough to where that would be very enticing because he can.
Let's see if there's any. Yeah, none of the top three guys are on the board here, so this would be a reach. I think Michael Carter at 36 would be a lot. Wide receiver, Rondell Moore, Amari Rogers. Again, the Dolphins have another pick at 50, so if we want to wait, we can wait.
Got to be smart to wait on the receiver.
All right, we'll go back to the big board then. Again, Collins, Davis, Owa. Any arguments?
Ooh, I really like Bolton. There.
Bolton over Collins and Davis. That's interesting.
I think he takes Zaven Collins. My comp for Zaven, I don't do comps often, and Zaven Collins comps to Anthony Barr. You can use him a little on the edge, but he's going to be best at playing in coverage, playing an off-ball role. You can use his length, athleticism. He can cover running backs. He can cover tight ends, but he's just going to be a space eater in a world where we're running spread offenses all the time, and he's going to clog up passing lanes. And you can use him as a creative blitzer, which Flores loves to do. I think he could fill like a Dante Hightower, Kyle Van Noy type role where he just does a little bit of everything, and he could be a real chess piece for Flores.
I agree with that. I think he's very much a Miami Dolphin guy. I'd be shocked if they weren't in on him. I mean, he's kind of like Dante Hightower, except he has juice in a lot of ways as far as like physical build. They're very similar, big linebackers. Those Patriot style guys, they love those stack guys. So I'm partial to Collins here. I'm not a big Jamin Davis guy. I'm going to be honest. I think he's a little bit overrated right now, despite the fact that he's a good athlete. I think that he is played like 5 snaps in his career, and that's an incredibly small sample size for a position like linebacker. So that's where I'm at with it. Jared, you seem like you want to make a counter argument, so let's hear it.
Let me see the available linebackers besides the ones we have talked about.
All right. Bolton, Browning, Cox, Warner, Surratt, McGrone. We're not going any lower than that.
You know how high I am on Baron Browning. I have a first-round grade on Browning, low first-round grade. I like his talent a lot. I believe he's a terrific athlete. I like him a lot in coverage. You can do a lot of things with Browning. I believe you can continue to develop him coming downhill in terms of block deconstruction and whatnot. But, man, watching Browning on tape, it surprised me if Miami took a shot at him at all. I think Miami would honestly be a good fit for him.
Hey, here's my question. Why is Baron Browning a better fit than Zaven Collins for what Flores likes to do? Not better talent, better fit.
He can put on tape when, for example, the Ohio State game. I think that was probably his best game from what I saw on tape. He was able to rush the passer off the edge. He was able to play little bit of that Kyle Van Noy role. He also played a little bit of nickel if you need him to drop back, play big nickel. He also he can also play a little bit of the Anthony Barr role, like you were talking about, Tyler. I think he's the ceiling is there, the potential is there. I think I don't have a problem with Zaven Collins here. But I believe from just what I've seen on tape so far between Collins and Browning, just the tape of Browning has been better, and I believe he would probably make a much more he would be able to release his untapped potential with Miami with Brian Flores.
All right. Nick is the tiebreaker. That's how we're doing this.
Oh boy, pressure.
It's getting to him a little bit.
Although I do hear Jared's argument, I think it's completely valid. Me personally, personal preference, I do like Zaven Collins a little bit better. You know, as you said, he can rush off the edge, I think, pretty well. Yeah, I think he has a little bit of room to grow even. He's good in short coverage. I think you can really, use him that way. So, yeah, Zaven Collins.
All right, we're going to do Collins.
He just fits what they want to do. He does.
Yeah, here's what I'll say about it is I think I'm lower on Browning than some. I mean, he's just a player where, like, again, the Dolphins are always viewed as this team who's gonna develop defensive talent, and they should be viewed that way because that's what they've done. I mean, hell, they get starting caliber reps out of freaking Nick Needham at corner. But, like, Browning has not found a good spot for himself in 3 years in that Ohio State defense. They just keep switching his position because he just can't seem to stick somewhere, and that worries me a little bit. So I'd rather go with Collins. I think he's perfect for what they want to do. All right, so we're back on the board at 50. We'll get out of linebacker. We'll go to the big board. Let's see what we got. Bolton's still on the board. Levi Onwuzurike. Browning still on the board. Wyatt Davis, Joe Tryon, Ronnie Perkins, Gregory Rousseau, Joseph Asai, Jalen Mayfield, David Nixon. I'll show you guys wide receiver. Hint, hint, nod, nod. Nico Collins, Dwayne Eskridge, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Tylan Wallace.
I heard Dwayne Eskridge.
Yeah, so I knew you would, and I'm a big Eskridge guy too. So let's hear opening arguments here. Pick 50. Who are we targeting?
This may be kind of redundant because they already have Devontae Parker, but I really could advocate for Tylan Wallace.
Ooh. Okay.
I'm going to disagree in the fact that I don't think it's redundant because Tylan Wallace still has room to grow. He was kind of pigeonholed as that right side air raid kind of XZ receiver where he was running a very limited route tree. And he's, in my personal opinion, he's shown a lot of elements in his route running where he has the ability to really expand and grow that route tree and be a successful separator in the National Football League. His athletic profile is average, but I'm sorry, he's an alpha. He is the alpha and the omega. And I have.
Oh God.
Look, he's a fantastic football player, and I think he has the room to grow. But I think we should wait on receiver because I think the guy you're going to take here isn't necessarily going to be a guy that's much better than a guy you'd take at the Dolphins position in round 3. I think it wouldn't be a bad idea to consider fortifying the defensive line here with some of the prospects that are on the board. It's not necessarily a massive need, but Levi Onwuzurike is here, and currently he's my ideal 1. And I think Onwuzurike, when he actually is able to play a true 3 technique role, where about like 30-40% of the snaps he was played as a 1 technique in that really odd like 3-2-6 like Washington defense where they're doing all kinds of just goofy stuff on the back end, dropping 8 consistently, and he was able to get pressure. And if you're able to actually utilize him solely as a 3 technique, I think he can wreak havoc and way outplay his draft stock.
Okay, that's interesting. Here's what I'll say to that is I don't think the Dolphins will draft another interior defensive lineman this high. They took Christian Wilkins at 14 2 years ago. They spent a second-round pick on Raekwon Davis. There's not really a lot of snaps in that room. So if you are going to draft a guy like Levi Onwuzurike, and I'm going to leave it up to you guys, but if you are going to make that pick, I don't think he sees the field this year unless he outplays some guys who are established starters. So something to consider. But I do like it because, like, talent, right? Like, just draft BPA. He could be BPA here. Like Forno says, I'm not that high on him. But, again, I'm not making the picks. I'm just the host. So anyone else? Any advocates? We got Tylan Wallace, Levi Onwuzurike. Does Jared and his pet bird have any opinion on this pick? Dude, the bird was
Russians
chirping.
bears.
You were talking about Baron Browning. All I heard was the bird chirping. I don't know if it agreed with you or if it was a Pete Warner fan or what, but man. What do you got here, Jared? Let's hear it.
It's a pain in the butt to sit outside like this, but anyways, I really like. Let me see the receivers on the board because depending on who is there.
Yeah, Collins, Eskridge, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Tylan Wallace. We're not going any lower than that. I'm sorry. I refuse to spend a top 50 pick on Tutu Atwell. He's like 3 feet tall.
I'm split between Eskridge and St. Brown. But
guys, I'll say this. I literally weigh double Tutu Atwell at 6'6".
Yeah, I mean, he's like literally 5'5", and he like ran like a 4.4. Like, buddy, if you're 5'5", you better be running at least a 4.2. But whatever. I digress.
Yeah. If you're thinking between Eskridge and St. Brown, I think it's Eskridge with a bullet.
Yeah. Eskridge is a playmaker, man.
All right, I'm going to go with the bird. The bird says Eskridge. We're drafting him at 50. Eskridge, big my guy for me and Forno. We love him. I think both of us have written about him at this point. Really, really strong, good separator, speed, really good athlete. What I loved about him, and Forno, I don't know if like you love this about him too. Dude's tough as hell. Like he makes plays at the catch point. He's physical. He's got good contact balance with the ball in his hands. Like that was incredibly impressive to me. I forget what game it was. I think it was the Central Michigan game.
Yes.
They pressed him the entire game, and he was just like fist fighting the corner across from him pretty much the entire time. Those dudes were like literally fist fighting before the route. It was great.
He gave me flashes of Rashad Bateman and the fact that he plays so much bigger than his height and size.
Right.
And like you could kind of say the same thing like related to Jamar Chase. Like you don't think he's 5'9", 190 when he's playing football. You think he's a lot bigger than that. And it also helps that he benches like 350 and squats 515. Member of the freaks list, man. Take athletes. I don't care that he's 23. He's been a receiver for 2 years. He's got room to grow.
Wow, you don't care about breakout age? Imagine. Anyway.
Imagine having a tape.
Just imagine having an opinion, period. All right, pick 81. Back on the clock, top of the board. Tylan Wallace still there. Afitu Melifanu. I know he has some fans at BCS. I don't know if that's any of you guys or not, but Chaz Surratt, Janaris Robinson, Michael Carter still on the board. I'm sure Dolphins fans are yelling at us to draft a running back. Peyton Turner. I think Fornes and I also really like Peyton Turner. Spencer Brown, Kenny Gainwell, Quincy Roche. I think there's some good picks. I think we'll stop it there. So let's hear it. Who wants first dibs on this one?
Let's gush over Peyton Turner, Dante.
Oh, let's do it. Let's hear it.
All right. So I think one of the things that like I am not a Dolphins expert like you are, but one of the things that has really impressed me with Brian Flores over the course of his tenure as a defensive coordinator and head coach is his ability to be flexible and utilize people in different areas. And I think what Peyton Turner can bring to the fold is he said on an interview with the Draft Network today, he sees his best position as an outside linebacker. And I think when you watch the tape, he has a lot of really good movement skills. I don't want him in coverage. I want him rushing the passer. He played as a 293 technique as sophomore and junior years. He got slimmed down to 270, and he was able to run by guys, run through guys, and just do everything that you want from an edge rusher. He has a lot of room to grow, but I think that versatility and flexibility will be something that Flores covets. And I think in 2 years, you could easily have him as a starting edge for the Miami Dolphins. And obviously, you love him too. It seems to me that versatility is a really big thing for Brian Flores, and the value fits. The need isn't necessarily like the biggest one. That running back is still a big need, but it is listed right here. I would really consider Peyton Turner.
Yeah, I think Turner's going to be a Dolphins target. I really do. I mean, first of all, my man has vines attached to his shoulders for arms. Brian Flores talks constantly about heavy hands and length on the defensive line, right? The Dolphins want guys who can two gap right across the line. They don't want one gap, shooting guys. They want guys who are going to stack blocks, make plays against the run, and then just go be athletic, go run around. the Dolphins run the amoeba defense on third down a lot. Imagine getting Peyton Turner to stand up in the A gap in the amoeba rush with Bernardic McKinney, who's like a very good blitzing linebacker. Like, that's a ton of fun, man. So I like that pick as well. But again, I'm not making the picks. I'm just delegating. Let's hear from Nick and Jared. You guys got any other, picks here for 81?
Not really, no. I'm down with the Turner pick for the reasons you just said. I mean, I never expected someone that big with as much body density as he has to be able to play a stand-up edge and move as well as he does. So I think with what you would likely end up using him for, I think he's a perfect fit for the Dolphins. You could maybe argue Janarius Robinson. I mean, he's kind of a project, probably more so than what Turner would end up being. So you can make that argument, but I think for the reasons you guys just said, I think Turner might possibly be the best choice here.
All right, Jared, any pushback from you or the bird?
I was actually right before the stream. Sorry, right before I joined the stream. I was starting to watch Peyton Turner tape, and I really like what I've seen so far. And I'm going to trust your guys' word for it. Peyton Turner.
All right, clean sweep. You love to see it. I'm a big Peyton Turner guy. He's got an elite aesthetic too. Firstly, we didn't talk about his aesthetic. My man wears absolutely nothing on his arms, and he just runs around like a maniac constantly. It's nuts.
King shit.
There's a play in the BYU game where he's on. I think he lines up as the right defensive end on the left hash.
Yes,
and BYU runs a tunnel screen to the far end of the left side of the field. Turner collapses down the line all the way basically to the sideline at that point, pivots, turns around, runs like 25 yards down the field into the red zone and tackles Dax Milne at like the 20. It was just an absurd play.
You guys remember that Reggie Bush run against Fresno State where he's just sprinting full-fledged towards the sideline, puts his foot in the ground, takes a little jump step back, and then cuts it back for a touchdown?
Yes.
That highlight, it will live forever. But when he put his foot in the ground on that play and exploded out of it, I jumped out of my seat. That was Dax Milne ran a 4.45 and Peyton Turner legit chased him down.
Yeah, from across the field, 20 yards away. He probably ran 40 yards because he had to run diagonally across the field. Just an absurd play. All right, so we're back on the clock here at 1:56. Top of the board, very DB heavy. Caden Stearns, Kerry Vincent Jr., Bryce Thompson. We got Daz Newsome, Charles Snowden, Anthony Schwartz, Marlon Williams. Our top need is running back. So looking at the running back board, we got Jermar Jefferson, who broke my heart with a 40 time. Chris Evans, Rakeem Boyd, Elijah Moore, Jared Dokes, Jared Patterson, who broke my heart that he's also 3 feet tall. God, he follows me. I really hope he's not watching. I love you, Jared. Anyway, back on the clock. We still have Chuba Hubbard as well. Any thoughts here?
Would it be too redundant to take an Ellerson Smith or a Charles Snowden as kind of that long, lanky hybrid type?
I mean, would it be redundant? Probably, but is it crazy? I don't think so. Yeah. I don't know. What do you guys think of doubling down at receiver? That's something that I like to do with the Dolphins.
Anthony Schwartz is still on the board?
Especially when you have two leading wideouts.
Get Anthony Schwartz the speed. Or get two of the speed. I mean, Anthony Schwartz, he's got so much room to grow because he won't be playing with a literal traffic cone as his quarterback.
Oh, you mean the greatest Auburn QB of all time, Bo Nix?
Yeah, that's 2019 SEC Freshman of the Year traffic cone to you, Tyler. Good Lord.
I lose the glasses for that.
Yeah, no. Bo Nix killed Hollywood Tyler.
Insert Kermit meme. No, for real, Anthony Schwartz still has so much room to grow. He was incredibly misused at Auburn. He's got Olympic-level speed. And there's a lot of people that say that about prospects, but he legit has Olympic-level speed. And I think that's something that you just don't have in the Miami Dolphins lot and like receiver room. You've got Preston Williams, you have Devontae Parker, you have Kyle Pitts. Eskridge is going to give you a lot of speed too, but you get Schwartz, you put both of them in the seam and just wreak havoc. Like, I think that would be really fun and give that receiver room different guys. Because you talk about when you have a room, you want to build it like a basketball team. You want to have a little bit of everything. You want to have the short, fast guy. You want to have kind of the possession receivers. You want to have the jump ball. And I think by adding Schwartz, you're kind of going to have enough of that range where you're going to be able to do a little bit of everything. And that's who I would lean for right now.
All right. I like it. When we did our NFL free agency show, I think it was the preview one that we did, Andrew Harbaugh asked me who I would take for the Dolphins, and I said anyone with a pulse who runs under a 4.5. And Anthony Schwartz definitely qualifies for that. So any counter from Nick and Jared, Jared, I was afraid the bird carried you off there when you left the stream. Afraid he just grabbed you and carried you off, and that's why you left.
I've been having connection issues and whatnot, but no, I really don't have any arguments at all.
Nick, anyone?
Not really.
All right, clean
I
sweep.
don't know. My AirPods died like halfway through that, so like I had to fumble with that. But no, I don't disagree.
All right.
Not that I can change it now anyway.
I'm excited to see what this looks like at the end.
Dante, I have a question for you.
Shoot.
Why don't the Dolphins have a 4th-round pick? What happened?
Is
this the trade, like the 4th-round pick that they sent to the Texans in the Tunsil trade?
I think so. Yeah, I was combing my brain because it was either that or the Minka trade because we swapped day 3s with Pittsburgh at some point too.
I thought that was all last year, wasn't it?
It might have been. Yeah. Look, man, we made too many trades. I'm starting to lose track of where day 3 picks ended up. I really am. I gotta write it down.
That's fair.
All right, back on the clock, 2:31. Quite here.
Look at the receivers still on the board.
A lot of them. Let's see the big board. Still receivers. Amir Smith-Marset, Jalen Darden, Sage Surratt, big rip. I got J.J. Arcega-Whiteside again. Kay Johnson, Joshua Kaindow, Michael, oh my God, Strachan?
Something.
Some close. Chris Evans, I don't think we've drafted a running back yet. Brandon Smith, Austin Watkins, who is way better than this, the disrespect from TDN. Avery Williams. What do you guys think?
What other running backs are left?
What other running backs are left? Man, Dolphins Twitter is going to kill you guys. Chris Evans, Rakeem Boyd, Elijah Mitchell, Jared Dokes, Jared Patterson. So pretty much the same board that we had last time.
I think Evans would be a good dart throw. He's got such limited production at Michigan in that absolutely atrocious Jim Harbaugh offense, but he flashed. I've seen him get a lot of hype from Jim Nagy, obviously because he's a Senior Bowl guy. But I feel like there's some untapped potential, and you could get a potential steal in round 7.
Yeah, I like that. I watched about 4 games of Evans from 2018, which is like basically the only film that he has because he didn't really play this year and he was suspended, I believe, in 2019. So, yeah, you're taking a dart throw, but here, I'll make a counter argument here. I just think like if I'm going to take a dart throw, I might as well take my man Elijah Mitchell just because like dude's got the zooms. He's just fast as hell, and like we're at pick 231. But I think either one would be interesting. So, Jared, Nick, any thoughts on the great running back debate of Chris Evans versus Elijah Mitchell?
I mean, I haven't really gotten around to watching Chris Evans, so my answer would be Elijah Mitchell by default. So, I mean, I haven't
I haven't watched either prospect yet, so no comment.
Wow. A bunch of absolute freaking slackers. All right. We're going with Elijah Mitchell. Why not?
Dante,
Yes.
Your dad ripped me in the stream and said there's only one Hollywood.
Wow.
Oof.
Thank you, Dad. I appreciate you. At least someone stands up for me. You know, it's nice. I'll put the glasses on. There's only one.
There's nothing wrong with having 2 Hollywood.
No, there is something wrong with it. God damn it. My trademark.
In my defense, you said you needed Hollywood Forno in your life. You got it.
I did. No, look, I was happy about it. I was happy about it. You did a great job. You represented the brand well. You know, that's all I can ask for. That's all I can ask for. So, all right, we're all done. Let's go over the picks real quick. I'm going to ask you guys for your favorite selection. So I'll review the picks for the people watching at home. Kyle Pitts at 6, Tevin Jenkins at 18, Zaven Collins at 36, Dwayne Eskridge at 50, Peyton Turner at 81, Anthony Schwartz at 156, Elijah Mitchell at 231. I made 0 of these picks, so if you're upset about any of them, you can direct all your hate to @DiabeticTyler on Twitter. He is the Dolphins guy. I made 0 of these picks. I just facilitated this conversation. All right, give me your favorite pick, Jared.
Kyle Pitts.
All right, Kyle Pitts.
Simple.
Nick?
Kyle Pitts.
Peyton Turner.
Peyton Turner. Forno?
I think when you're talking value, it's Peyton Turner. But in reality, I absolutely love the Tevin Jenkins pick.
Yeah, he's a real ass kicker. I would be really excited for that one. All right, that's the show. Thank you for watching. Come back tomorrow. We're going to do the Raiders, I believe, or pick 17. So some people will be here to talk about the Raiders. We don't know who because we plan these things roughly 5 minutes before they happen. Until then, thank you for watching and peace out.
Adios.